daily report card on Friday, 3rd of March. LAZR was holding SOUN overnight from 269 and kind of focusing a lot on that one today. Coming into the pre-market, and it dropped in the AM just as the market opened down to my entry is 269, and I stopped out to play it safe. Came down to 263 and then proceeded to go higher all day long. So missed out on a good opportunity there with SOUN. It was a bounce day. After AI had released some news yesterday, and the AI plays started to the AI sector started to bounce. So you can see that burst out there after the fake breakdown. But I was just a bit bugged by that. But I didn't let it get to my how I was managing risk or anything. I didn't get impulsive, so at least I give myself credit for that. But just I was feeling a bit off today, a little bit tired, and I think I was feeling less aggressive. I just wanted to protect my gains from the week and how I was playing, being safe and making steady gains. So I didn't want to throw it all away on a Friday. So I guess that's a good thing in one way, but in another way, probably was a little bit too quick to jump out there on SOUN. At the same time, then LAZR was running, and this was one that I feel I probably could have had a lot of focus on as well, but I was distracted by SOUN. I had drawn these lines. I saw it come up out of this trend area, and I was like, wow, this is a play that I would normally take. And of late I've been doing really well on these plays, but I didn't take the play because it was pre-market and I wanted to be safe, and as I wasn't really familiar with pre-market running into the opening, even after I had this break, I figured it was like, well, why hasn't it gone already? But then the market opened and it just surged, and I had stopped out of SOUN, I think, at the time, or it was still in it, but I had some capital, and it dropped to the 940s here after spiking up to 950s. I had an order briefly at 944, but I pulled it because I was afraid that, oh, what if this thing dumps hard, because they have done that before, plays like that, although quite slightly different circumstances. They weren't necessarily trend breaks, but I wanted to play it safe. I didn't want this to dump back hard after me getting in at 944. I'll be sitting with an immediate loss. But in hindsight, I think it was probably worth a try there with a small position, and it runs to as high as 35. Probably would have taken off into just the 990, 10 area on that one. So that's a bit of a disappointment, because it's kind of 3 plays rolled into one. The first 2 plays are a trend break, and then you've got the breakout over the high here, and then you've got a morning spiker dip buy, which ultimately is the kind of late decision play when I've kind of missed it. But it can be a good play because the move is kind of confirmed at this point, and you can get in there on a quick dip as long as the tape is looking good. Then so that's a good missed opportunity here, but I'm happy that I identified the play. It's coming up, it's holding, pushing higher, then it consolidates for a while, it dips down, kind of a fake breakdown, recovers strongly, and then it has this kind of tightening range here coming into the yesterday evening. So I could have even played for a long here in anticipation of a trend break, because it gets very nice here, the action. So that's a good lesson in the bank there for that on LAZR, and there's been on strong news and fairly low flow play as well. ABML then was the OTC, so the OTC play is kind of picking up a bit. Had solid news, real lithium deposit discovery. Sykes bought it into a dip buy in the intraday panic. Then for a couple of days it just kind of went sideways, but held its gains, which is key. And then it started to grind up here, and it was right on the edge of breaking out. and I was like, wow, I wish I'd got in a little bit earlier on this, but this looks really good. And I got in here and I ended up stopping out accidentally because I set a stop loss of 89. Thought I had, but I must have put the order in incorrectly and it stopped me out immediately. I was feeling very tired today, and for that reason I didn't jump back in. Dips briefly to the VWAP 90, so it would have kept me in, and then it surges to 113. But Friday can be a bit. I had a bit of football on this evening, and what can I do? I missed the play, but this was just another huge opportunity. So I'm encouraged by the fact that I identified 3 winners ultimately. My reading of the market has been quite good recently, and there seems to be plays setting up that suit me. And I just hope that continues into next week. But I'm just happy that it's a break-even day, that I didn't do anything stupid. I protected myself, and with a little bit more confidence and conviction, I think I can, take these plays and win on these plays. But overall, it's been a good week. I had some good wins this week, and if I look at my Instagram, my new Instagram channel, I'll be able to remind myself of that. We had TRKA, a trend change play, and I had another trend change play. Let me just check. Instagram.com, simply stock trading, and so I graded myself a 7 today. Didn't do anything major wrong. So the last week or so I've had a good win on the swing trade here, even though I'm late on the trend change here, which would have been even better to swing it overnight, even partial at least, and take some profits into here. But then I was getting up to speed with, I suppose, the trend change play, and I knew there was a little bit more in this. So that's LAZR, and then I missed LHDX on another trend change play here. When it breaks over here, narrowing tight action. So that was from the 80s to 118. So that was a miss. And I had my spiel there. And then I did take LHDX the following day. It was very volatile in the open. I've got to be more cautious and take a step back on these. Nearly got caught out for a nasty loss, but held. But I was uncomfortable. I was about 10% down on a position there at one point, which is not good. If that was big size, it wouldn't be good. Better off waiting for the narrowing tight action, price action. It's very easy to get caught out by a quick surge, but I need to try and avoid the opening exchanges if it's showing that kind of volatility. Or get in on dips with small size, and then only get involved with proper size when it narrows up, tightens up. But my sells were good here into strength, generally speaking. If I had a short abilities, I would have been able to go short. I think here would have been a good point to go short and to cover into the dip down here, and maybe even go long for a bounce. Instead, I'm holding a piece here when I should be getting out here. When I see this action jump down here, I should get out my last piece there and not wait for it to come all the way back here. So I think that was kind of well played at the start, and then with the other half wasn't so well played. So I left some on the table that I probably shouldn't have left on that one. But was okay. Then there's another beautiful trend play on TRKA long here, and I just read this well, and I was kind of surprised to see it, but it happened, and it just worked. The volume wasn't exceptional, so I was a little bit unsure of it, but it did work out. And then, oh no, that was FSR. I was even less exceptional volume, but timed it well here on the sell. So overall, it's been a fairly good week. Just disappointed to have left some on the table, but in terms of that trade in there this week, I can be really proud of kind of how I played them. I'm waiting for the tight areas to get involved. So overall on the week, I give myself probably an 8 or 9 out of 10 on the week. So I'm pretty happy about that. Just got tired today. Just got a bit jaded from the week or whatever. So I have to work on maybe managing my energies better in the upcoming week.